As I cleanse the cards in my space, I want you to take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, release any doubts, any stress, or ruminating thoughts. Now your mind is clear and you are fully ready to receive this message that I bring here for you today. And of course, as always, this has everybody's highest good in mind. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hello and welcome. I am so happy to have you. My name is Silver. I'm an intuitive psychic and I read tarot and oracle cards. So that's what we are going to be doing here today with another pick a card video. And for today's topic, we are going to be taking a look at the accomplishments or blessings, successes, however you want to look at it in your 2025. Now, I did already do a 2025 predictions video, but this is going to be based off of that was based off of your zodiac sign. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And then today specifically is all the good accomplishments, blessings, all that good stuff. Also, I am really excited to, just on a personal level, announce that I quit my job. I quit my job. I am now fully pursuing tarot, and I couldn't be more excited about this huge shift in my career because, yeah, this is a big jump, a big choice to make. And I know it feels right for me. And the thing is, I am already just seeing things work out in the exact way that they should be. So super excited to announce that this is going to be my main focus. Of course, I do, if you're local, I do tarot at local markets, some different shops in my town. So check me out on Instagram if you're in the ATX area, and you can find me around here and get a personal reading done. But anyways, enough of that. I'm just really excited with the content that I'll be putting out, more time that I have to dedicate toward this. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to what the future holds. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into today's reading. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. And I'm so excited to get into today's video because my last video was 2025 predictions, kind of what to expect, the overall energies, any last lessons that you're going to be finishing up for this numerological number 9 year. If you're not really familiar with that, basically the quick rundown of that is the number 9 represents like the closing of chapters, the final, just the final closure, just gaining answers, all of that kind of stuff before the following year, which then goes back to numerologically the number 1. That would be 2026. So that was my last reading. And then for today, it's still going to be on the topic of your 2025. However, we are going to be taking a look at more specifically your successes, the good things to come, your accomplishments, blessings, however you want to look at it. Just whatever you are going to successfully accomplish and achieve this year, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So here we have piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your intuition to figure out which one of these piles here have the correct message for you. Now, if you're new to these videos, then what you can do is, I like to choose a neutral spot like this candle, focus on that, and then shift your attention to your peripheral vision. And you're going to notice that one of these has kind of like a magnetizing pull on your eyes to just go back and look at it. So that's one good way to figure out which one your intuition is trying to tell you. Another thing you can do is close your eyes, and whichever number 1 through 4 pops in your head first, you can go with that one. But whatever you have to do, feel free to pause the video, take your time if you need it. And of course, as always, there are timestamps down in the description below. That way, whenever you find your pile, you can just jump right over to your reading whenever you're ready. So really quick here on pile 1, we have some sodalite, some raw sodalite. I'm using all raw crystals today. And then here on pile 2, we have some amazonite. On pile 3, we have some citrine. And then pile 4, some tiger's eye. So again, with that being said, feel free to take your time, pause the video, and yeah, I will see you in your reading. Okay, group number 1, this is going to be your reading to figure out what successes, accomplishments, blessings, whatever you want to call it, is going to be happening for you in 2025. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let's just jump right into it. So, group number one, what are going to be some of the successes that you will have in 2025? Ooh, the Magician card is coming up. So, whatever you have been really wanting, if you have been manifesting, a lot of your manifestations are going to be coming true for you here in 2025. So, that's really exciting. If you are not really into manifesting, but you still have some big goals that you have been really trying to accomplish this year, or just something that you're really setting your mind to, something that you're really just kind of cultivating and starting to get a good structure, a good foundation on, and really build from that, you're going to be fully accomplishing that this year. And then it's only up from there. So that is really exciting. So, whatever your big dreams or goals on, whatever you have a really big calling to kind of move in that direction for, that will be working out this year. Here we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this shows me that something that you have been needing to step away from, that's going to help in this culmination. I think I'm using the right word there, just like kind of like creating this, right? So in order to kind of step into your magician energy and create the things you want to create, you're kind of needing to step away from this lack of like nurture and balance when it comes to yourself and your discipline and your boundaries, and just like everything that you kind of hold yourself accountable to when it comes to your actions, what you are doing with your time, and that sort of stuff. And because we have this card in the reverse over here, moving into the Magician, this shows that you are successfully moving out of the Queen of Wands reverse energy here, moving into your Magician energy, and then we will see what else is going to come from this. But yeah, that's fantastic. It seems like you are really just needing a little bit more, like more firm boundaries with yourself, but you can still do that in a really nurturing, loving way that's still being true to your authentic self. A lot of times we think that maybe we have to be like super hard on ourselves in order to accomplish what we want, but sometimes that can just end up having the reverse effect. And so the Queen of Wands is just really, really heavy on like being empathetic and loving and like nurturing, while all making sure that you're like still, staying on top of it, getting your stuff done. And then here we have the Queen of Swords. So through leaving this energy, kind of stepping into your power. Maybe you are actually somebody who manifests. That is just kind of coming up a lot. So I feel like most of you are starting to get into manifestation or learning about it, or you will be learning about it this year. For others, this is just accomplishing some goals that you have. But either way, and because you are able to kind of put in more of this discipline, more of this structure in your life, and hold yourself accountable to it in a way that feels inspiring and motivating to you, that's going to bring you into the Queen of Swords energy, which is just having a strong sense of clarity and knowing in the direction it is that you are moving in. So if you have been kind of confused about how things are going to work out for you, or how it's going to look in the end, or just maybe even if you are like on the right track, just whatever questions you have been having about your life journey, your path, all of that, you are going to receive the answers for that. And you're going to have a lot more clarity on everything. And you're going to see like the truth. Truth is just really standing out to me with this card. That word just keeps coming into my head. So because you're stepping into your power, doing what it is that you got to do for you. You are finally showing up for yourself this year. You are going to uncover a lot of truths that you just really didn't really know beforehand. So, yeah, you're going to be just getting a lot more clarity this year. You're going to be creating magic. You're going to be accomplishing your dreams, your goals, or moving in that direction to further accomplish them. So think about like your smaller goals and everything, leading up to the really big long-term ones. Like you're going to have a lot of success in that this year. So that is super exciting. That is super exciting. Let's see what else is coming out for you for your accomplishments in 2025. Here we have the Emperor card reverse. So something else that you maybe have kind of struggled with and are moving away from is like feeling like you have not really been in charge or the leader of your life. that lines up with the Queen of Wands being reversed over here. And especially if you have been feeling confused, or like, you've been working really hard, but maybe it's just not quite at your fingertips what it is that you've been working for quite yet. That can kind of feel us like life is telling us what to do instead of us being the creator of our own life. So again, like being able to kind of not allow not allow your circumstances to dictate you anymore. You're going to be really successful at just being able to be like, you know what? My past is my past. It is what it is, but that doesn't define me. And I can step away from that. And when you already start to tell yourself that about yourself, and you get away from this like lack mindset narrative, or this narrative of that, you're always going to be falling behind, or that things are just really difficult, or whatever it may be, whatever has been keeping you stuck. Again, you're just going to be moving away from that. And in return, once you can start getting that mindset going, then you are just opening yourself up to receiving more of that. That's kind of how like the law of attraction works, how your mindset works. Whatever you believe, that starts to really become your reality. So kind of coming in more control over your life and your everyday situations. The Knight of Wands reverse. So you're probably going to be finding a lot more motivation this year, more inspiration to be able to move forward and make these steps. Perhaps you have been feeling quite stuck in 2024, or throughout the end of your 2024. That's just made you feel like I know what it is that I want, but I'm not quite sure how to get there. And sometimes that can cause us to freeze a little bit and not make actions, and then we can just kind of think about all the things that we have to do, but we're not actually like really doing them. So if that kind of resonates with you, then you're going to be finding more motivation and inspiration to just take action, even when you don't necessarily like fully feel like it. Like definitely there has to be a balance. You shouldn't always just be push 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 yourself. You need rest. However, like there's definitely a difference between just like fully showing up for yourself, and sticking to your goals, your routine, even when you maybe feel a little bit tired, or like this is just one example. Let's say you really want to take care of your body some more, and you just want to be healthy and you want to move more. So maybe you're like, okay, every day I'm going to go on a walk for this length of time. And there might be one day where you're like, I really just want to lay in bed and like do nothing. And while that's more satisfying in the moment, think about your future self, and future you is going to be really proud of you that you showed up and you still went on your 30-minute walk, even though you kind of didn't want to. And you're going to feel so much better after. And you're going to be like, wow, like I really am worthy of sticking to my boundaries and my schedule, because that actually did make me feel better. And I'm proud of myself that I could stick to this goal that I put towards myself. So I think you're going to have a lot of success in being able to kind of just like reclaim being in charge of your own life and it going exactly how you want it to. I think that's going to be a huge shift for you this year. Let's see, what else? We have the Page of Cups. Okay, so you're going to be receiving some more ideas and inspiration, and when it comes to your creative endeavors, the things that just bring you like joy and happiness when it comes to your okay, the cups have to do with our emotional side of things, right? So think about the things that bring you fulfillment. This is where you're kind of getting some intuitive messages or inspiration from throughout this year. That's going to be really successful to you. So perhaps taking some time to journal, or to get your ideas out on paper, out of your mind, so they're on a physical form that you can kind of go back and look through. I feel like through this whole process, you're just going to kind of be like, I feel like you're going to be your own inspiration, your own motivation. It's going to be really inspiring, and just a time for you to feel really proud of yourself. And I think through you making these moves and going through this transition and just really seeing like, whoa, like I am capable of this, I am worthy of this, and I am fully capable of bringing more of this into my life, that's just like, ooh, that just awakens a part of you, a part of your mind. Again, you get more clarity on where it is that you're headed. And whenever that happens and you kind of get that focus going and that motivation and feeling like you can do it, that's when your mind is more open to receiving your intuitive messages from your higher self, your guides, or just whatever feels right to you. So think about this little fishy in the cup here being like his intuition talking to him. And it's like I like to think like this ocean is so full of fish and he just scooped that cup in there and just so happened to like get a fish on his first try. Like he totally easily could have not gotten a fish. And so that there just kind of indicates that like that hope and that luck aspect of things that comes from you just kind of trusting your gut and like giving your intuition the opportunity to speak to you, and you fully listen to it and implement whatever idea that is. Because when you can implement whatever this may be, since it has to deal with your fulfillment, your passions, something that might be like creative or just full of love, like that, just that aspect of things, whenever you can listen to that and implement it, that just brings overall more joy and happiness and more alignment with everything. Because whenever you don't, okay, let me back up. Whenever you are just working so hard to accomplish everything it is that you want and you're forgetting to kind of throw in some joy in there, some lightheartedness in there, that can start to feel like it's still just too demanding, and that can be discouraging. So this could be, I'm getting a few different messages here. So one, this could be for you some like a reminder to kind of keep up that joy, that happiness, some like lighthearted energies in there, especially when you're getting these new ideas. Like have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. So that's one message I'm getting. Another message I'm getting is maybe some of you, these goals that you've been trying to create, the life you've been trying to create is one that is more creative. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you are a tarot reader. Maybe you just do something with your hands. Maybe you're on social media, like some type of just a little bit more creative outlet that maybe you want to be a bigger part of your life. I see that kind of being a big success for you this year because, stepping into your power, getting more motivated, getting some more creative ideas in order to move forward and kind of like push your plan along here. So if that resonates with you, then that is your take on this card here. So again, these are all general readings. Take it how it resonates with you. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do another card and see what else comes up for your 2025. Like this one here. Oh, and then we have the Queen of Cups. So she is emotionally stable, emotionally mature. She understands her emotions, but she can still speak and think in a way that is really really like I always get calm, peaceful energy from her. So even if she is like talking about something difficult in her life, she's able to do it with grace and with understanding and empathy. So she's just very like emotionally aware and mature. And so what this is showing me is that you are also going to be stepping into this energy. I feel like a lot of you maybe have already been working on healing in some aspect, and I see that just really going well for you in 2025 as well. You're going to be able to implement a lot of the things that you've been learning. And again, that's just really going to be able to feed this overall energy of becoming the leader over your life again, and just being able to feel more aligned, less stress, more creative, more excited about what's to come, and just a better, clear idea of the direction that you're headed in. And that alone is just going to bring you more hope and inspiration and excitement moving forward. So let's go ahead and do some tarot cards. And I mean, some oracle cards. We just did tarot cards. Let's do some oracle cards and see what else is coming up. Okay. What else for 2025? Don't let your past hold you back. So I think that that's something that I brought up a little bit ago in this area. Can't exactly remember which part of the video I said it in, but don't let your past hold you back. Recognize that you are worthy of being able to step away from your past to move in a direction that you want to move in, that your past doesn't define you. Even though things have been hard before, you felt like life was controlling you instead of you controlling your life. Like, that's okay. You still are fully able to change that narrative and just push forward and just really be able to see life through the eyes of what is this teaching me? What is this bringing to me, rather than feeling victim to everything, and like it's just not ever going to go your way, because that's what's going to hold you back and keep you in that past, is feeling and believing that you're never going to get out of it. So that is definitely going to be a success for you, is that you're able to fully put yourself in the present moment and let go of anything that hasn't been or could have been different. And yeah, just embracing where you are right now, fully enjoying the journey and the process your of your life as you're moving towards these goals and these new ideas. Because imagine if you were just always like jumping straight to your goal, there would almost be no fulfillment in that, because there's no process of like, I don't know, learning anything new and becoming a better version of yourself. So you're just really going to be more in the present moment, and it's just going to give you a much better understanding of who you are as a person and where you really want things to go in your life. You are good enough. So also, I think your belief system about yourself is going to be really shifting, because when you can fully believe in yourself, that's when the magic happens. Like, that's the biggest thing. We are our worst critic. We always get in the way of our own accomplishments, because like, well, I don't want to say always, but a lot of times we get in the way of our own accomplishments because we just start to doubt before we even try. And we kind of like, it almost like feels safer to doubt, because then it's like, oh, well, if we set our expectations low, then like if, it doesn't work out the best, then it's like, well, it's fine, because I kind of thought it wasn't going to go well anyways. But that's just how you perpetuate that cycle. So recognizing that you are good enough, that's going to be huge. Okay, let's do one more moon card here. And the energy is gaining momentum. So, again, you're just going to be having a lot more motivation and inspiration this year. This is a huge success for you. This is really going to lean into your magician side of things, your manifesting side of things. Because when you have that inspiration, that fire under your butt, plus this new shift in your perspective about yourself and your life, of no longer allowing your past to define you and recognizing you are good enough, that is how the magic starts. So super lean into that. Let's go ahead and do a few other cards here. Oh, my little like, why were these in there? That's so random. These are just little like stickers. Looks kind of gross with all the hair on it right now, but they're just like little sticky tab stickers. Anyways, that's so random. I was just using these and that was not in there. So I don't know, maybe that's a sign. Maybe some of y'all really need to journal and just get your thoughts out on paper and get your mind organized, your ideas organized. Anyways, so okay, let's do a few more cards here. Here we have adaptability. So, this is something else that you're going to find you have a much easier time with this year, because you are shifting into that new energy of holding yourself accountable and sticking to your boundaries, sticking to your routine, even when you don't feel like it. You're adapting, you're moving through it. You're no longer, again, like becoming victim to your surroundings. You are taking charge, and you're going to say, hey, I may feel a little tired. I may just want to doom scroll a little bit, but I'm still going to make the right choice and do what is best for me, because I know that's going to make me feel better in the long run. You are cutting out this instant gratification, satisfaction side of you where you just always like take the shortcut, because honestly, the shortcut is the long cut. Is that the word for it? The shortcut is the longest way. Okay. Like, if you want to accomplish something in the quote unquote fastest way possible, don't take any shortcuts. Fully go through every bit of the process, because that is the only way you are going to actually get there. And here we have perspective. So, really shifting your perspective this year, you're really going to have just a better and deeper understanding of who you are, of your life, why you have been through what you have been through, and what that is going to, how that's going to better you. Okay, let's do one more card here. fear, working through your fears, stepping out of your comfort zone. I think that's going to be really successful for you. So if there's anything where you're like, "Ooh, I really want to try this, but maybe I'm not good enough," or maybe I'm like a little worried of what other people are going to think about it, or maybe like, I don't know, maybe you want to post more on social media, but you don't really like how you look on camera or how your voice sounds or anything like that. It makes you feel awkward. Like, push past that. You got this. Step out of your comfort zone. Do the thing that makes you feel awkward, because that's just going to liberate you even more to be your true self and do what feels right for you. And who knows where that could take you. Allow yourself to be creative, allow yourself to have fun. Don't let your fears and those old limiting beliefs hold you back, because you are completely good enough. You will be shifting your perspective, becoming more adaptable, and just fully taking charge, reclaiming your power, and becoming that leader of your life all over again in 2025. So, this is really exciting. This is going to be a huge year for you, because this just sets everything up for your future. This is the creation of that foundation of all of everything that you want to manifest, all your goals, everything that you're really working towards right now. um, this is the full beginning of that right here. So yeah, this is really exciting. I'm sending you all the good energy. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. And of course, if you enjoyed the way I present this content to you, please give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group two, this is going to be your reading on what successes, accomplishments, blessings, all of that, all of the good stuff that's going to be coming your way in 2025. So let's go ahead and just get right into it and take a look at what are the successes that you will be receiving. Here we go. So we have the Judgment card coming up first. And then we also have, oh, our first three, the Fool card and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so let's start out with the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is like finally listening to your true calling. Like, think about this as the universe, your intuition. And in the original art, it's like that angel like blowing the trumpet, and then everybody is like having their rebirth. She's rising them from the dead, this angel. So that's like listening to your true calling. This is you shifting your perspective into moving in the right direction that is truly meant for you. Here we have the Fool card. So this represents new beginnings, some kind of like innocent, kind of fun, spontaneous mindset. So I think what's really kind of happening here is that you are going to be moving in 2025 in a direction, in a new beginning, really, towards what really feels right to you. And with the Three of Pentacles over here, this indicates that you're going to have a community while doing this. You are not going to be having to work through all of this alone. It's not going to be scary like maybe some of you have thought it would be, to kind of move in this new direction. A lot of times when we move in a new direction, even when it's, just feels so right in our heart, we feel like this is truly what we should be doing. It can feel a little bit nerve-wracking because it is new, and maybe like the people around us don't fully understand, or maybe we're just worried that the people around us won't fully understand. However, like, this is such a good, happy, like, energy card. I know, like, the full reading it, a lot of people think, like, oh, like, that's a bad thing. But no, this is just optimism, new beginnings, and then just moving in a new direction. And with this card being here, this just means that it's a direction that's fully aligned for you. And the Three of Pentacles indicates that you either have a community or you are collaborating with others to fully make these dreams come true. So perhaps for some of you, you're going to be making some new friends in 2025 with the same mindset, same ideas, same inspirations and goals. And that can just be really motivating moving forward to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish. Or you can maybe be getting inspiration from others who have been through what you've been through or are working towards the same. And you can kind of look at them and see, okay, like, why did they do what they did? Just kind of like getting some ideas from other people who you can relate to. And it's not about like copying what they did, but it's understanding what they did and how they did it, so you can kind of implement that in your own way and just get a better understanding of everybody's perspective and experience. So I think this is going to be a huge year of success and collaboration, and kind of finding your people and moving in a totally new direction that is just fully meant for you. So there's going to be some change, but it's going to be really good, exciting, positive change. Here we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So what this is telling me is that this has been it's been a little bit tricky for you maybe to envision your future with this, to see like the long-term view, to kind of know where exactly is this going to take me. But I think that's just because this is also new, and it still takes some time for you to fully trust in yourself and trust in the process and in the universe that this is the direction that you need to be moving in. So this over here being in the reverse just signifies that there may be a little bit of that unsureness there, but to not really let it um not really let that worry you, because it's okay to not fully see the bigger picture. Because if we always wait to move in the direction that we want to until we see the full bigger picture, then we are never ever going to be moving in the direction we want to, because we just simply can't always have the right answers. And again, especially in the beginning of moving in a new direction, that's when it feels the most scary, because it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much unknown. There's so many different ways this could go, all the ifs, ands, or buts. But don't focus on that. Just like trust in the process, trust yourself, trust your intuition. You are moving in the right direction. Here we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so something that you might be moving away from, like, okay, think about this. The Six of Cups have to deal with our past, right? It can go back all the way to childhood, but this could just be like the past, maybe like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like who knows? This depends on your situation entirely. So these are all general readings as always. So take this as it resonates for you. But something that you're going to be moving away from is probably some type of past past belief system, or past just way of thinking when it comes to what you should be spending your time doing and how you should be doing it. Maybe this is like related with your career. That's kind of something really coming up for me, like your career or where you want to be like physically living. Maybe there's somewhere that you have been for so long. And so a part of this transition is you fully understanding that part of yourself and recognizing its purpose that it's had in your life, and how that has benefited you, and how that's not benefited you. And then being able to kind of take that information and use that to like reassure you on this journey and this new direction that you're going in. Because even though we're moving away from something that we have done or been for so long, um, and even if it's not what's right for us at this time, maybe it was right for us at one point, or even if it wasn't, maybe there were some good things that came from that situation. So just being able to really look at and dissect your past and recognize how did this help me and how did this not help me? What can I do with this knowledge and how can I implement that further? So let's take a look at what other successes are going to be happening for you in your 2025. Here we have the Seven of Cups. So you are no longer going to be feeling confused. Your priorities are going to be getting straightened out. You're going to know what's most important to you, what's not important to you, and you're going to have a much easier time doing those things and holding those boundaries. Like maybe that's something else you struggled with in the past. You weren't able to really see a future for yourself because you were never giving yourself the attention or the nourishment that you needed, your own goals. Maybe you're a bit of a people pleaser and you're kind of putting everybody else first. And so that was leaving some confusion on time management. Where should my priorities be? What should I be focusing on first and focusing on last? Who should I be focusing on first and focusing on last? Maybe you put everybody else first besides yourself, and that's been kind of confusing. So, whatever it is that you're moving away from, that, oh my gosh, like you're just going to have such better clarity and so many more ideas on what you want to do, how you want to do it, and you are no longer going to be feeling totally confused and overwhelmed by all the potential ways that this could go or all the different options set in front of you. So you're just going to be having a lot of success in knowing what it is that you want for yourself. It's interesting because this is like I said, 2025 is like a number 9 year, so it's a closing of chapters, and it really seems like your conclusion, the successes you're going to be getting out of this conclusional year is clarity and no more guilt to do what feels fully right for you. Here we have the Queen of Cups. So she is emotionally mature and regulated. She understands her emotions. She sits with them. She is fully in the present moment. Like anytime this card comes up, it's just such a peaceful energy to me. And she really embodies like just being able to stay true to herself and do what is best for her. Like she can fill her own cup and fill everybody else's cup. She's so empathetic. And I think that's also the energy that you are going to be kind of stepping into more of this year, because now you're going to be respecting yourself more. You're going to be doing what feels like your true calling. And that's just going to inspire you. That's going to heal parts of you. And through that, you're going to be able to have an easier time processing your emotions and sitting with them, because you're no longer cluttered with all of this other junk going on in your mind that really isn't a priority to you. So I feel like 2025 is just going to be a year of clarity and healing and new beginnings on whatever journey it is that you are currently going on. So let's go ahead and do some oracle cards and just see what else we are getting. Okay. What else for your 2025 accomplishments? Your hard work is paying off. And we have new moon in Capricorn. We just passed the new moon in Capricorn. So if you're watching this video shortly after I post it, then this has been some really high energy time for manifesting and creating what it is that you want to create. And again, I feel like for a lot of you, this can be career based, moving in a direction that's more fulfilling career wise and stepping away from that old self of you. Or if this is not career based, maybe you're moving in the opposite direction. Maybe you're going to be a stay at home mom, or you're just going to be at home more. Maybe you're not a mom or a dad, or however this aligns for you. Maybe that's the direction you want to move in. And that's what you feel your true calling is. Well, great. Your hard work and dedication for that is going to pay off, because it's what feels right for you. And there's just going to be a different level of passion behind your actions when it comes to this subject. So that's awesome. I just really like the timing of this and how this card came up. So, yeah, if you haven't already been kind of doing some manifesting, implementing some magic around this new moon, the energies are still here. So, you can still take the general message of this new moon, which can have a lot of success in career transformation and shifts. So, if that is you, that makes a lot of sense. But also just overall life goals, achievements. And like Capricorn is all about like getting it done. So you're going to see a lot of success in your creation of this like new beginning this year. It's going to be all worth the hard work and dedication. And you are good enough. Being able to fully believe in yourself is the biggest thing that you can do. Like that is, I can't express that enough. That is the biggest and best thing you can do for yourself, is to believe in yourself, because what you believe becomes your reality. So if you're believing that you are not worthy of stepping away from what once was into what you know you truly want for yourself, then that's how you're going to be stuck there. Or maybe feeling like it's too like worrisome what others may perceive of you. Like, don't let any of that stop you. All you should be doing is believing in yourself and trusting that you know what is best for you. So finally listening to your intuition is just going to be so big this year. And your love for yourself, that Queen of Cups, being able to just fully recognize how amazing you really are. Adjustments are required. So, I mean, that makes sense. You're going to be shifting your mindset, your perspective, shifting into a new direction entirely with this inner calling here and the Fool card, all of this. So adjustments are obviously required. You kind of have to step out of those old habits or put yourself in a new routine, or just whatever this may look like for you. So you're going to be having a lot of success with that. Kind of have fun with it. Don't take that too seriously. Like, allow yourself to try something, and if it doesn't work out, like, great, you can just try the next thing. But don't be too worried about how quickly something is maybe working out or not working out. Like, just trust in yourself, trust in divine timing. It'll all be good. But just know that there's probably going to be some trial and error of trying different things, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. If anything, that is just really fantastic because you are looking at all the different potentials. So let's go ahead and do a few more cards here. Here we have expansion. So that makes so much sense with this judgment card, listening to your intuition. That's just fully expanding in a new direction, especially with this new beginnings energy over here. Fully expanding forward. You're going to be expanding your not only your physical life, so maybe again, for some of you, like this is a career change. For others, you're moving to a different area. You're just putting yourself as a different role in your life, working on something else. Maybe for some of you, this is also like a little side hobby that you can kind of make some money off of. It just really depends. But whatever this is, you are going to be doing more of it, expanding. And not only is it going to be getting bigger, but it's just going to bring in more of something for you. So, whether that's money or happiness or connections, whatever that may be, it's going to bring in more for you. Let's see what else we have coming up here. And here we have transcendence. So, this is a whole transformation, but not just on a physical level, but also on a spiritual level. So, just having, again, a better understanding of you as a person and what you want in your life, and fully being able to nurture that and embrace that and just really like be proud of it. Transcendence is so huge because it's overall raising your vibration. It's not just physical changes in your life. So I really think you finally listening to your intuition, listening to this true calling of yours. This is just going to be such a huge step in the right direction for you. And it's going to open up so many more doors. You're going to feel so much happier as this new you, because this new you really seems to just be who you really have been this whole time. You're just finally embracing it. Or if you've already been embracing it, just on a much deeper level than you have been. Here we have memory. Okay, so this comes up when this talks about not letting your past hold you back, and also not letting your past dictate how. I guess this kind of goes in the same thing as not letting your past hold you back, but more specifically, like instead of always thinking that you're going to be stuck in the same space, this can also look at it from the perspective of like, let's see you have an opportunity come up. Trying not to have those past moments come up and then you create all of these assumptions about this opportunity to where you're not even accepting of them, to where you're shutting them down before you can even go through them. So that is one message that is coming up here. And I think you're going to have a really good time at being able to do that because this is all about the successes here. So this is just a reminder. And then also another take from this is really be in the present moment, because this whole journey, everything that you go on, everything that you do today and tomorrow and everything is it eventually is just all a memory at some point. So think about that. Think about the memories that you are creating for your future self. How are you spending your time in the now? And how is the you tomorrow or in a week or in a month or a year from now going to feel about what you did? Did you let yourself down? Did you doubt yourself? Did you maybe act from a place of like being too, I don't want to say too emotional, but maybe speak from a place of heightened emotions instead of sitting with yourself and speaking from a place of like genuine concern. That's just an example, but it's really just calling you to kind of look at how you are spending your time and recognize that you are literally creating memories for yourself and the people around you. So just be mindful of that and be more in the present moment, and just find more joy and happiness in your everyday mundane things, because that'll also make it so much easier to kind of move forward with any new commitments that you are implementing in your life. So, group number two, that is your reading for your 2025 accomplishments. This sounds so exciting, and I'm really happy for you. And I want to send all the happy energy your way. Of course, if you enjoyed the way that I presented this content to you, please give me a like and a subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group number three, this is going to be your reading on your successes, accomplishments, blessings, however you want to look at it, that you are going to be receiving in 2025. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Here we have the death card. So you're going to be going through a transformation, a much needed transformation that's going to be pushing you in the right direction of alignment and happiness and just everything. So this will not only be a physical, like on the outside transformation as far as like things changing in your life, but this is also going to be an internal transformation. So your perspective, maybe perhaps this could be your perspective on how you are viewing yourself and the situations around you. I'm kind of getting energy of like just like okay, for lack of better phrasing, like leveling up energy. So just being able to kind of see the bigger picture on things. I feel like moving out of I feel like you're going to be moving out of a mindset that's maybe kind of sometimes victim mentality, feeling like everything is just so hard. Everything sucks. Everything takes so much work, or even just like something as little as like, oh, I have to do the dishes. Like that's annoying. And valid feeling. However, when you can like approach something from like, okay, got to do the dishes, you know what, it's fine, everybody does the dishes, it's okay, I will live. Even that in itself is a huge transformation because you're shifting your perspective on how you view this little mundane task that's maybe going to take anywhere from like 10 to 30 minutes, I guess. And it's really not that big of a deal, but whenever we give it more meaning than what it really has, um, it just kind of starts to take over. So this is going to be a huge transformation on your perspective, how you're viewing things in your life, how you're viewing yourself, and this is going to be so big in terms of you being able to open your mind up to other things. This is going to open new doors, new possibilities, new potentials that you probably didn't even realize were there because you were subconsciously always shutting out the positives. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do some more cards and see what more specifics we're going to get about this transformation or the accomplishments that come along with it. Okay, I feel like this one and this one. So here we have the Five of Cups reversed, and here we have the Tower card. Okay. So this cup is about moving past old failures or old things that didn't work out for you. Okay. And then this here is going to be sudden change. So one of your blessings, one of your huge successes, the best things that can happen for you in 2020, what in 2025? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? In 2025 is probably going to be disguised as maybe something that doesn't quite appear as the best thing at first. Perhaps this could be a change in job, a change in environment, a change in like vehicle. I don't know, just something that maybe wasn't planned for, or you're like, oh, this stinks. I didn't plan for this. Like, I don't know. Is this how is this going to benefit me in the future? I feel like this is a setback. But don't let that fool you. This is actually going to be one of the best things for you because it's going to again open up new doors, new opportunities. So this is the crumbling of a foundation that is not serving you anymore. It's one that doesn't work out. You are not fully happy, you are not completely fulfilled, you can't be your full authentic self. Like, it's just not working out for you. And maybe the environment that you're in, whether this is home, work, friendship, whatever situation this pertains to, there are probably some regrets you have or some failures, some things that have not quite worked out in your favor that can kind of like stick in your mind a little bit. And that can kind of cause you to believe about yourself in a certain way that can be a little bit negative, or that's not the actual truth because you're allowing those hard moments to kind of define your future. But you're going to be fully shifting away from that, fully moving in a new direction that's just going to feel more liberating and more joyful. And it may be a bit of a sudden change for some of you. This may just be like a big change for some of you that happens throughout 2025. But just try and not to worry about any big changes that happen, because keep in mind that this is showing up as one of your biggest successes of 2025. You going through this transformation, this huge change, because that's only going to put you in the place that you are meant to be in. Here we have the Six of Cups, and we also have the World card. So revisiting your past and getting answers and closure on things. So I feel like some of you have probably been in a situation. Okay, let me back up. So these are general readings, right? Take this as it resonates for you. So I'm going to go through the different things that are coming up here. I feel like some of you have maybe been in a relationship or have had a relationship in your life that has been kind of damaging towards your view of yourself and how things are. Perhaps this has been like a family dynamic, a parent relationship. Perhaps this has been a partner that you have been with that has kind of made you not feel good. So, the emotional relationships in your life, right? This is like revisiting those things. This can be also your emotional relationship with yourself, but oftentimes this symbolism is a child and an elder. So, just take this how it resonates with you. This could be an actual parent, a grandparent, just an adult figure in your life. Of course, I would assume most of my viewers here are adults. But, anyways, just think about it that way. In your past, somebody who is an adult figure in your life, or if it's not when you were a child and it's in your adult time that this time frame happened in, then it's maybe somebody that just seemed like they had more authority over you, if that makes sense. Okay, so whatever relationship dynamic that has been making you feel like you're not good enough or like you're less than, that's been shooting you down, I think you've about had enough. And you're going to be gaining some closure on this relationship. Either there's going to be a big talk that needs to happen that's going to kind of set you free and liberate you, and maybe just kind of answer some things that you have been needing to understand so you can move forward. Or for some of you, this will be it'll be like getting rid of those relationships or those things that have made you feel that way. And that's going to be like the answers, the closure coming up here that you are needing in order to fully, move from it. That's where this tower card kind of comes in. It's the destruction of a foundation that was no longer working. So if this is with you and a partner that has, maybe been mistreating you or not appreciating you in the way that you need to be appreciated, then maybe that's what you kind of need to move away from. Okay, maybe that's what you're going to be transitioning from. Or again, if this is a toxic family member or friend, cutting them out. Okay, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying that that may be a possibility for you. Again, these are all general readings, so take it how it resonates. You are the final decider of anything going on in your life, okay? So let's do a few more cards and see what else comes up. This could also be like bad work environment, getting away from that. Perhaps you have felt pretty confused about this. That's what this card signifies, is making a choice, feeling kind of bound by those options and where you are going to be moving in the next steps that you take. So I see you taking this blindfold off and getting more clarity. You're no longer going to be stuck in this limbo of making choices, because I think you're going to kind of be quote unquote forced just by life events to make a choice. And this is going to be the absolute best thing for you. This is the only reading so far where the success, the wonderful thing, the blessing is going to be a little bit tricky to kind of navigate. But just keep in mind that this is truly one of the best things that can happen for you, because it's going to give you a whole new foundation. You're going to see yourself in a whole new light. You're going to have answers. You're going to have closure to be able to move forward and just move in the direction that you want to move in. And the other thing that I love about this is that, like I've been saying, 2024 is numerologically the number 9. or not 2024. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? 2025. I keep misspeaking. Sorry if that makes this hard to listen to. 2025 is going to be the numerological number 9 year, which is again getting closer, the final chapters, just closing up those lessons, everything up that you have been dealing with from 2017 to now. And this card's all about answers and closure. So I really see this just being like kind of a year of really addressing the things that have made you feel not good enough, or that you've been regretting not saying, all of that. And that's just going to be really freeing for you moving forward. Yeah, and then we also have the 8 of Cups here in reverse. So this is like trying again, okay? Giving something another chance. And this could be the relationships in your life. However, I feel like for majority of you here, this is giving yourself another chance. Sometimes when you go through these situations and when they really bring you down, you kind of start to feel like a little bit hopeless, and that can make things really hard. But because you are addressing these things and no longer choosing to um, stay blind, I guess, like turn a blind eye to everything, to kind of stay stuck in this limbo here, because that's the more quote unquote comfortable thing to do, instead of make the hard choice to confront the situation, to change it, whatever that may be. But you are not allowing that to control you anymore, and you are giving yourself that second chance to accomplish this goal, to confront this issue head on and make active change about it. So that is going to be really, really huge for you. This is a huge personal transformation, changing your environment, changing the people around you, whether that's at work or at home, however this resonates with you. Just bringing in more of what you are worthy and deserving of, and fully letting go, releasing all the things that bring you down, that lower your vibration, that make you second guess yourself or feel like you are not good enough. You are getting rid of that. You are saying enough is enough. I am over this feeling. So let's go ahead and do some oracle cards really quickly and just see what else is coming up for your 2025 accomplishments. Okay, let's go with this. So bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So bringing love to yourself, that's kind of where I feel like this second chance is coming in. You're doing what makes you happy, or you're going to be doing what makes you happy. You're bringing more love into your situation, instead of constantly worrying potentially about, other people's feelings. You're going to be worrying about your own feelings, and that's bringing in more love to you. Also, this is a reminder to bring love into your words when you are communicating these hard things. You don't have to lie. You don't have to go out of your way to sugarcoat things to make somebody else comfortable. But when you speak from a place of just being genuine and authentic, that in itself has a component of love to it, because you are just speaking in an honest way and from a place of non-aggression. It's like, it's just being able to recognize like what is worth your energy. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. And then here we have faith in your dreams. So fully believing in yourself that you are capable of all of these things, and that this is truly going to be what's best for you. And then this other card here coming up is nothing will come of this situation. So whenever this card comes up, this is a reminder that everything you are worrying about, that you are fearful of, that you don't want to happen, that none of that is going to happen. You don't have to worry about any of that. That is just clutter in your mind. Focus on you, focus on your dreams, focus on how you want to feel, and just fully believe in that. Let's go ahead and do a few more oracle cards here. These two. Okay. We have, oh my gosh, I almost dropped all my cards. Okay, we have eudaimonia and discipline. Sorry if you hear the sirens outside. So with eudaimonia, this talks about bringing in the things that, again, bring you actual happiness, that are like authentically joyful to you. So not worrying about what others think, not worrying about what you should be enjoying, but it's what you actually enjoy. And it's you purposefully spending your time around those things. So, again, cutting out all the things that don't make you feel this way and embracing all the things that do make you feel this way, no matter how different that is from the life that you have been living before. And here we have discipline. So, something that you are going to be having a much easier time with in 2025 is your discipline. It's your discipline to um, stay true to your boundaries with yourself. It's your discipline to, like, maybe as a part of this huge transformation, you're going to be changing your routine, changing your job, changing your home situation, whatever that may be. So you're going to have a lot more discipline to stay on top of your environment and stay a little bit more organized, a little bit more in control of your mindset, of how the things around you are feeling and looking. And it's just going to be a little bit easier for you to implement whatever disciplinary actions you are needing to kind of stay on top of what it is that you are trying to create. So, again, if this is creating boundaries with a toxic person or situation in your life, that just makes everything better for everybody involved. You're going to have a much easier time holding yourself accountable and staying disciplined to being firm on that boundary there. So, let's go ahead and just do one more card here. Collaborate. So don't be afraid to ask for help with the people that you trust. Like, let's say there are some really good people in your life, friends, partner, family, whoever this may be. Perhaps you can, collaborate with them to kind of say, hey, like, this really means a lot to me. And this has been on my mind quite a bit. If this has already been on your mind, or if you get to a point in 2025 where you're like, ah, that's it. Okay, I have to do this now. And you decide, if the universe doesn't make you decide, then you are actively deciding, like, okay, I need to confront this situation or this person. I'm just not sure how to go about it, or I want to have, like, I don't know, just somebody there I can talk to about it. Like, don't forget to lean on the people around you to help you create the life that you are wanting to create for yourself. Like, you are fully in charge of it, but that doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Something else that comes up with this card is maybe looking into support groups, other people that have been through the same thing that you have been through, where you can just kind of talk to each other and you know that the other person fully understands where you're coming from, so it's safe. Or just getting involved with others who maybe like watching YouTube videos or whatever that may be, just involved in some way with other people who have gone through similar experiences so you don't feel so alone. So, that is going to be your reading today, group number 3. It's going to be huge, transformational, but so successful in you creating an entirely new foundation and start for your life to be able to move in the direction that feels more calm and peaceful and joyful. So I'm really excited for you, and I'm going to be sending you so much love throughout this journey of yours. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. Of course, as always, if you enjoyed the way I presented this content to you, then please give me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group number 4, this is going to be your reading for your successes, blessings, accomplishments, however you want to look at it for your 2025. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so here we have the 2 of coins coming up. So time management, your priorities, getting everything figured out is going to be a huge success for you. You're going to have a much better time balancing your work life balance, maybe your social and home life balance, whatever it is that is important to you. You're going to have, it's going to feel like you have more time for it. You're going to be able to just really manage your things accordingly, where it kind of feels like you're gaining more control back over your environment, over your time, over who you're spending it with, how much you're working. Maybe you're going to be getting some more flexibility in your work, more flexibility just in general in your life. So that is something that's coming up. That's going to be a huge success for you. We also have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So you're no longer going to be feeling like you're having to walk on eggshells or think super, super strategically about whatever it is that you're doing because, like, okay, I feel like for a lot of you, you've maybe had so much on your plate and you've just been kind of like, I don't know, you've been so focused on all of these things and making sure that you're keeping all these other people happy by making sure that you're getting all these things done. So that's where this card comes in. It's you're like having to just really be aware of every moving part. And while that's not necessarily the worst thing, I think you're just like, you have been overburdened with thoughts and things that you're having to do, um, with like pressures that have been put on you. So you're gonna kind of be letting go of that energy, no longer having to feel like you're just on extra alert. You're gonna be more balanced and have again more freedoms in your life, and things are just going to feel way more calm. Way more calm. And then we also have the 10 of swords in reverse. So, whatever hurt or hardship that you have been going through, or just recently went through, that's done. Like that is being put to an end. That is the significance of this card here. Not only will it be done, but there's going to be significant healing from that, moving past that. So you're no longer going to be bound by whatever thoughts or things that have been making you feel so pressured or so overwhelmed to kind of keep up with that, because again, you're just getting more freedom and more balance in your life. That is a huge theme for your 2025 accomplishments, is more balance. We also have the Queen of Cups in reverse coming up. So it's probably because of the situation that you've been in a little bit difficult to kind of put your needs and your emotions first. That's something else that I see you being very successful at this 2025, is being able to kind of step out of this um, lacking empathy and lacking the time to fill your own cup. Um, you're no longer going to struggle with that in 2025. You're going to have more time to fill your cup. You're going to be more intentional about creating time to fill your cup. And it's going to be so healing for you that opens your mind. It opens your time to do other things. I feel something else that's just the message that's coming to my brain right now is I feel like a lot of you are maybe going to be spending less time on your phones, less time on social media as well. Because these to me are kind of showing up right now too as like the tasks that you have to get done. And they're just like weighing on you, and you're feeling really like, you've been overthinking about it. And now it's like weighing on your shoulders and it's causing you physical anxiety, maybe pain, even because it's like easier to doom scroll instead of, do the things that you are supposed to be doing. And then in return, that just causes more anxiety and stress and dysregulation and your emotions and your environment. So that's something else that I see you stepping away from. If that resonates with you, you're going to find a lot of success in putting down the phone and maybe also cutting out exactly what it is that you are consuming. I know a lot of us love true crime, myself included, but sometimes you have to put limitations on that because that can be a lot to ingest, especially all the time. So just being more mindful of what it is that you are consuming, that in return is going to kind of fill up your emotional cup as well in a way that I think is going to be a little bit unexpected to you, but you're going to find a lot of success with. Here we have the Death card. So you're going to be going through a really successful transformation. And again, that's the closing of these difficult, heavy chapters that you have been going through or are currently going through. And again, that transformation is going to be having more love and empathy in your life and more balance. So, what other successes and accomplishments to expect? Here we have the Nine of Wands. Can you see it? Will it focus? Maybe. Okay. Anyways, so the Nine of Wands here. Okay, so this talks about a lot of potential, but also like persevering through. So that's kind of the tricky thing, is like you really have to push through the hard and to continue showing up for yourself even when it feels difficult. And that's something that you're going to be able to accomplish. Again, like these are all the positives to come from 2025, right? So part of your transformation is going to come from you showing up for yourself in the moments that even feel that feel easier to not show up for yourself. So for example, if you're just feeling really tired, really like I don't know, I'm just kind of like mentally blah today. I don't think I'm gonna go out and exercise, even though I know that'll make me feel better tomorrow and I'll be proud of myself for doing that. And even if it's just like 15 minutes, like who cares? It's better than nothing. So just that's just one example, but apply that and how this makes sense for you, showing up for yourself no matter what, because that's just going to be the best thing that you can do. You got to push through even when it feels like you're kind of plateauing. Here we have the Sun card in reverse. So perhaps again, through all of this, through all of the weight that's kind of been on your shoulders, through all the stress, you haven't felt like you can fully be your authentic self. Like maybe that your light has been kind of dimmed throughout this situation, and that's something else that you're going to be moving away from when you create more balance and go through a transformation and you heal all of these old wounds. It makes your light shine brighter and it makes it easier for you to enjoy the things that maybe you wouldn't have enjoyed before, because a lot of times we start to take life too seriously and it's a little bit harder to joke. It's a little bit harder to be creative and use your imagination and all of those things. And I just feel like you're really going to be stepping away from that and kind of bringing in some more childlike energy and just being able to have more fun in mundane tasks and just kind of focus on you and creating the balance and like structure in your life that's more personalized for your needs and maybe your family needs too, if that applies there. So let's go ahead and do some oracle cards and see what else will be coming up for your 2025 successes. Your dreams need a practical plan. So your dreams are going to have a more physical, realistic goal that you can put your fingertips on. That's going to make it feel like, okay, like this is possible. This is working out in my favor. It was maybe just an idea before, but I'm starting to see it shift in my reality now. And now I can start, making some short-term goals that are actually going to be achieved and more realistic because it's finally happening for me. It's falling into place because I'm implementing this balance and again doing the things that feel right to me and not just what everybody else maybe expects me to do or what society expects me to do, etc. Or even your own past um, things that you have been putting on yourself. You're letting go of that, right? So now all of this is starting to kind of show up in different ways. So, what you've been manifesting, if you have been intentional about this, or if you've not been manifesting, whatever, you're going to start noticing in just little ways that this is all kind of making sense. And through that, it's going to be a little bit motivating, and you're going to have an easier time creating smaller short term goals to help you further this practical plan on your dreams. I mean, that will be a part of the practical planning. So you're going to have a lot of success in getting new ideas and being able to actually implement them. You are good enough. You are worthy of this change and you are capable of this change. And believing in yourself is just the best, absolute biggest thing that you can do, especially in a huge transition. And especially in a transition where you are creating more balance and more time for you to have fun. Here we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Look at that. I mean, that's exactly what this freaking card here says. End of a tough time. And this is full moon in Capricorn. So if you're watching this right now, like when I put it out, then, oh, these are all full moon cards. Look at that. So that's huge energy. That's you coming to completion. You are starting to become the best version of yourself and implement what is truly meant for you. And what I was going to say is if you are watching this pretty soon after I put this out, then we are going to be having our full moon in Capricorn here soon because we just had our new moon in Capricorn. So, you know, in a few weeks, whatever, it'll be the full moon. So kind of lean on to that energy here because Capricorn is all about getting it done, making new moves in the direction that is meant for us. It is not feeling sorry about doing what is best for you. So lean into that energy. And if you are into manifesting or curious about it, I definitely encourage you to learn a little bit more about it, because now is a really good time to, oh my gosh, to manifest for some of these really big changes. Okay, let's go with, I was going to do two, but let's do these three. So here we have perseverance. Oh my gosh, you also had, this card is all about perseverance. So your oracle cards are just reiterating the tarot reading, basically. Um, Perseverance. So showing up for yourself even when it feels hard to. You're going to have a much easier time doing that this year. Conviction. So standing true to what it is that you want for yourself and keeping that at the forefront of your mind, that's going to be huge, because just trusting that you do know what's best for you. Okay, because you do. You do truly know what you want. And that's because you know that that's what's meant for you. And so many of us have been kind of taught to like disregard that, to not listen to our intuition, to just be in compliance mode. But we're not doing that anymore. So, yeah, not only will you be able to stand strong in your convictions, but I think you're going to be gaining more clarity over time as you implement these things, and your hardship ends. It's going to be so much easier for you to know more clearly what your convictions are. And then here we have intuition. So trusting your intuition a bit more. You're going to be having an easier time receiving your intuitive downloads and recognizing, like, hey, I think this is my intuition trying to tell me something. I should listen to it. And the more you can do that, the easier it's going to make everything else that you approach in your life as you go through 2025. So far, this is just a huge transformational year for you, full of ending hardships, bringing more joy and love and lightheartedness into your situations. Let's go ahead and do one more card here, and just really kind of stepping out of that like overworked people pleaser energy and just doing what feels good for you. And intention. So, okay, being more intentional with your time. Um, so again, like, how can you make mundane tasks feel exciting? Because that can change a whole lot. Being intentional about your time as far as time management goes, staying, strict on your boundaries that you are creating with yourself of, um, yeah, who are you going to be spending your time around, and what are you going to be doing? Is it with people that bring you down? Is it with, I don't know, like doing things for other people and then you're like having no time to do what you want for yourself? Be really intentional about that. And also, whenever you wake up in the morning, be really intentional about how you want to feel that day, because that in itself can just set you up for complete success when having to navigate anything. Because then you can remember, oh, I remember this morning, I really wanted to feel like this. How can I create that in this current situation? So, just just being really aware of those things. But yeah, this is going to be a huge transformational year of ending hardship and healing from that, and just bringing more joy and authenticity into your life with your intentional self, and just being able to really show up for yourself in a way that you maybe hadn't been able to before. So I'm so excited for you. I'm going to send you all the loving energy that I absolutely can in this time. And thank you so much for taking some time to watch my video. As always, if you enjoyed the way that I present this content to you, please give me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.